Hello, dearest friends and clients. It's Amanda here, coming to you live from the beauty spot. I woke up this morning and I was just feeling so shocked by all the positivity actually around me. The first thing was the sun is shining yet again. No rain, no thunderstorm, no clouds. And Quinn and I were able to get up and throw on some dresses and just have a girls' morning together. And the second thing was that the first thing I heard on the radio this morning was actually positive news, which that never happens. So I just so excited to hear that there are certain parts of the world that are reopening. I know that a few of you had started asking me questions as to what's going on right here and what's going to be happening. Do I have any idea? Have I heard whether I will be reopening soon? We must be sitting around on those patio chairs and kind of looking down at our toes thinking, oh my goodness. So the long and short answer to that is I have not heard any information yet. As far as I know, estheticians, hairstylists have not yet been addressed. It's still early in the game. Numbers are still elevating, and as we see how everything flows as retailers start opening, obviously there might be another pop in cases, so the rumors go. Lots of things are hearsay right now, and I'm just repeating hearsay myself. But I wanted to pop on to try and address and answer some questions you may have regarding the service flow and what will be happening here upon reopening. So first off, I just want to start by declaring that myself as owner of the Beauty Spot Spa, I am personally overseen and guided by the Southwestern Public Health Department. Now, I have not had any contact with them since the dates came through that they were officially closing us for the pandemic for everybody's safety. By the time my health inspector personally contacted me, I had been closed for about a week and a half, just out of worry of keeping Quinn safe. So I have not had any one-on-one contact with them since then. And again, they were kind of figuring things out and doing the very best they could as they went along. So the conversation then was just, are you closed? Okay, great. And that was that. So I had no more guidance at the time and still have not had any contact with them since. Now, on a positive note, the Southwestern Public Health Unit, and in particular, my own health inspector, they're super duper communicators. So I have full faith and comfort that when we are allowed to reopen, that they will be contacting me and allowing me to learn these new guidelines, and will be providing new guidelines for me at that, and making provisions. My fingers are also crossed that suppliers will be making provisions, such as, and this is just grasping at straws, but such as masks or any personal safety equipment that either myself or yourself as a client coming to me need to wear in order to stay protected and safe during your service. So we're now at the point in the video where I would like to address some Q&As that I've been asked over this time and recently, as of recently, since retailers started to open, with regards to my service flow and the spa environment itself. Just to let you know, I do have a little cute booklet here of notes, so if you see me referencing down, that is what I am in fact referencing to. I just wanted to make sure that I covered absolutely everything I've been asked, and it's all in one place here for you to reference back to yourself. And I hope that I'm answering and covering absolutely everything that everybody's wondering about out there right now about the spa and your spa service. The first thing on the list I'd like to address is the traffic flow. I was fortunate enough that when I designed the spa, I already had a private entrance. So this has made it super easy to book private sessions with each and every client. And in the past, sometimes some of you may have had to wait for a few moments in my seating area, or you might see another client or a neighbor even on your way in passing through in and out to the parking lot. So This is an easy fix for me. I'm able to just space out the appointments to avoid any crisscross between clients personally here within my business. And you won't be able to see anybody or chit chat with them, unfortunately, in that situation. It also gives me a longer time to sanitize and disinfect. And during that process between every single client, it's of course not that it wasn't in place before. We've always had quite a list of procedural steps to take between services and clients. My guess is that this will be greatly increased, and allowing that extra time between each client will let me detail the spa and the areas I need to get set up for the next client. That is yet another benefit I just want to squeak in there, that the way that the flow works and being an esthetician that works one-on-one with each client, the benefit for that, which has always been in place, is that I have the time and I have the opportunity to set up for each individual client and set up their particular station and their particular tools. For instance, if you have visited the spa, you will note that I'm not somebody that likes to have a lot of extra Q-tips and swabs and cotton swabs out and laying around on surfaces. That hasn't necessarily been anything that the health department has said is a no-no to in the past. It's just personal preference. I'm the kind of girl that doesn't like her toaster sitting out on her kitchen counter. Little perfectionist-y, but in this case, it's going to help, and it also allows me, so not too much is really honestly changing with traffic flow, other that the time will be spaced out and will allow me to do whatever the health department tells me I need to incorporate into my cleaning procedures. Now, the second thing I'd like to address, and the number one thing I'm sure is on everybody's minds, is appointment availability and catch-up appointments. So I'm hoping that when the doors open, there's a huge crowd that wants to come rushing back in. And my plan of attack for managing this time and not burning out myself as well, because I want to deliver perfect service for absolutely everybody, is to consider some of my clients as priority. And I will be contacting you on a one-on-one basis as soon as I hear that, even whispering that we might be having a chance to reopen. That way you have a chance to get an appointment back in the calendar. Certain conditions, basically health conditions that would make somebody a priority, are conditions that prevent them from being able to deliver self-care, particularly foot care on themselves. Priority client, I am referring to those clients who need to receive diabetic foot care, are on blood pressure medications, or on blood thinners. Once I am feeling confident that I have fully delivered services to those in desperate need, I will be using a model, a weekly work model that incorporates extended hours. So not to worry, I generally would run a schedule where I would have my solid days, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then I would have generally an evening or just go into flex hours around everyone's working schedule. We've come to know each other so well that I've come to memorize a lot of work schedules. So I will be kind of adapting a model like that. This will also entail a weekend day, and I realize that some of you do still work weekend jobs all day, so there will be lots of evening availability, but I will just be opening a weekend day because I find that there is quite a lot of my client base that is able to come on even a Sunday, and that is something I am willing to do to make sure everybody feels like there's no need to get elbows out and try and get an appointment spot. There's no anxiety happening. We've all had enough of that. So everybody will be able to get in for their service. And there's absolutely no need to worry that you're going to be pre-booked 3 months out from my first date of opening. That is not a fear. Do not concern yourself with that. At the end of your services, just a quick little note here. I am going to be requesting that, if possible, if you could pretty please try and set up an e-transfer, I don't even know what to call it, an e-transfer channel between us. I know that it might be a while before cash is allowed to circulate in our systems again. We all know that, money is so dirty, as they say. So that is just like a simple little trick that I'm going to try and implement into the spa. It's honestly so user-friendly for yourself and myself. I do use Password Protect, and that is different for every single client. Nobody has a mass password out there from the business that's circulating. Everybody has their own unique password for doing an online transfer with me. And that may in fact be something that the health department comes down on me and says I am not allowed to accept until later notice, that being cash. So maybe a great time, if you don't have that set up, or you're not quite computer or online app savvy, I don't know the terminology. Okay, what am I on? 3, 4? I'm not sure. I do not want to come off as somebody that is like scolding by any means. That's not comfy. But I gotta say it in this day and time. If you are sick, how about you guys just fill in the blank? If you're sick, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know. I'm working like this close to you. I'm gonna know. So let's just make it easy. If you're sick, even if it's like that much, if you're just that much sick, let's just reschedule you. And in parting, I just want to let everybody know that I may have been quiet on social media during this time. Part of that was I was taking some time to take an actual mat leave with Quinn. I popped back to work a little too early back then, and I was taking advantage of that time to just be with her, really get to know my daughter and watch her grow. And the other part of that is, and I'm sure everybody's experiencing this, is there have been a lot of highs and lows in these last few months. And part of how I deal with lows is I just kind of clam up and I get really quiet, both on social media, I'm sure you've noticed, and in personal life as well. I just don't feel like my heart is as open, and if I don't feel like I have positivity to spread and love to share, then I feel it's better to just bow out of that spotlight, which is social media, because I like to be very comfy with myself when I come on. So I am missing everybody absolutely dearly, and I knew before just how much everybody fulfilled my life and our discussions, and they're not just spa appointments. We're involved with each other's lives. We share the goods and the bads together, and social distancing it's a tough thing to do when you are such a sharer, and there's nothing like having that point of contact with somebody, and in my case, personally changing you all in some way that makes you feel so good. And when you feel uplifted, I feel uplifted. And that's something that, not gonna get emotional, something that I have really struggled with, and don't know how to express just how much it means to me and how much of a boost it is to my everyday life and my own self-esteem. I love my job. I took a long time to get settled in this job, and it is so much part of my identity. And I hope that coming to the beauty spot was starting to become so much a part of your week or your month, just as much as it was mine, and that you looked forward to it. So that being said, I hope you look forward to coming back, because my goodness, I am missing you all so much. And our fingers are crossed. I'm really feeling good that something good is going to happen this summer, these summery months, and that we will all have just clean, colorful, toes and smooth skin to ride out this season with. So we will end this pandemic just as we started, just our beautiful glowing selves. So I can't wait to see you back here, and take care everybody and stay safe out there.